Hello guys, this is Joe from Digital Phantom FX and welcome to my first video tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to create a 3D bouncing logo in After Effects using Particular and Shatter. By the way guys, subscribe to my channel to keep track of my videos and tutorials. Let's take a look at the final result. So as you can see here is a YouTube 3D logo falling, then bouncing on the floor and sliding a little bit down. So all that was created in After Effects CS3. So let's create a new composition. I'm gonna call this one final. 1280 by 720, that's fine, and 5 seconds long. Okay, click OK. Now we have the blank composition here, so we need to import the image of the logo. So file, import file. I have it here, black and white. It's very important that your image is black and white. If you don't have a black and white, try to make it black and white. And if you don't know how to do it, send me a personal message or email me and I'll help you out. Black and white is very important because when you're trying to make the logo, you need transparencies. So black and white is very important. So as you all guys know, YouTube has two colors. This one is black, but this one is going to be red. So we need two separate layers, one black and one red. So let's duplicate, select the layer, click edit, duplicate, and let's click enter on the first one and call this one U. And let's do the same one for the second one. Click enter, type tube. So let's solo the first layer and let's click on the rectangular mask tool. Let's make a mask around U. And that's perfect. So that's it. Close it out and let's solo the second layer and do the same thing, but for the second part. So this one is great, and we need to move it a little bit to the left. So move it up, and that's perfect. So now we have the two layers with a mask respectively. So we need to pre-compose those layers. So click the first one, layer, pre-compose. Let's call this one U. Move all attribute to the new composition. Okay, let's do the same one for the second one. Pre-compose. Oh my bad, cancel. Click it, layer, pre-compose. Let's call this one too. Move all attributes into the new composition, and that's it. Let's click Alt, double click on the first one, U. Now let's make it white solid, new solid. Let's make it white. Click OK, make comp size, OK. Now let's put it below the U layer. Now let's also make a mask around U, but instead of the U layer, make it on the Y layer. So like that. Don't try to bypass the original one because it's gonna give you some kind of problems. So let's do it inside the original one. So for that reason, make the original one a little larger. So that's perfect. As you can see, it's inside the original one. Now click on the track mat, click Luma Mark Inverter. Now as you can see here, we have only the U. That's what we need. So let's close it out and do the same thing for the tube layer. Alt double click, layer, new, solid, white solid, that's perfect. Make comp size, okay, put it below, then do the same thing. If you wanted to make it better, to see it better, just click on the eye, just not to see it, and then make the mask. And that's pretty good. And the track matte, do the same thing. Lumo inverted matte. Now let's see here. Let's move this one a little bit. Let's move this one a little bit. And that's perfect. So close it up, and we have this. Now we need to make a black layer and a red layer. So layer, new, solid. Let's call this one U, and let's make it a black layer. Click OK, make comp size, OK. Now let's apply the shatter effect. Shatter, it's right here. Let's click on the view, render. Now on the shape, let's select on the pattern, select custom, then custom shadow map, select the second layer, which is U, and then we got it. See that right there? Now let's make a red layer, new, solid, 2, and let's make red. It's right here. Okay, okay. Let's apply also the shadow effect. Render, on the shape, click pattern, custom, and on the custom shadow map, click 2, layer number 4. And there we got it. So now let's hide these 2 layers, the U and the 2 pre-comps, and let's click on the, let's organize this a little bit. On the U, on the effects, click force 1 and force 2. So all these values has to be 0, 0, 0, 0, and the force 2 also 0, 0, and 0. Now let's do the same thing for the layer 2. Okay, force 1, force 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, that's it. Now let's create a new layer, new camera. 35 millimeters, that's good. Now let's rotate it a little bit. Oh, by the way, on the U layer, click shatter, shape, force. Now right here where it says camera system, select comp camera, and do the same thing for the other layer. Right here, comp camera, and there we can control the layer through the comp camera. So as you can see there, we have the 3D logo. Now let's make it a little bit with more depth. Let's make it around 0.50, 0.5. That's good. And let's do the same thing for the black layer. Shape, extrusion depth 0.5. Okay, now let's move the camera back a little bit so we can see better. That's it. That's perfect. Now let's pre-compose all these layers. Click the first one and click shift, press shift, and click the last one. Now layer, pre-compose, and let's call this one YouTube. Okay, that's perfect. Now let's all double click here and we'll see if we have the camera one, the U layer, the tube layer, and the pre-comps. So that's perfect. Let's go to final and let's apply the let's create a new layer new solid. Let's call this one particles. Okay, make it, let's make it a blue layer. Okay, let's apply particular. Okay, it's right here. Then click on the emitter, particles per second. Let's click on the stopwatch, click one, move one frame right here. You can press right here or page down. Let's click page down. Now change it to 0. So we just want to meet one particle. Yeah. Now go to the particle and click live. Make it like 200 seconds. It doesn't have to be so large, but let's make it 200 seconds. Now go to particle type, click custom. Now on the layer, click YouTube. Now it says a warning, your custom particle layer is big. It doesn't matter. Click OK. Now the size is going to be little size. So we want to make it bigger. Yeah, bigger size. We like bigger sizes. Size 5, increase it. That's like 217. That's good. Now let's hide this layer. Now create a floor layer, new solid. Call this one floor. Okay, make it a 3D layer. Click down on toggle switches, make it a 3D layer, rotate it on the x-axis, click shift so you can make a perfect 90 degrees angle, move it down like that, make it bigger scale like that. Now let's make a background layer, new solid. Let's call this one BG background. Let's make it green. That's beautiful color. Now let's make it 3D, move it back on the z-axis like a lot, then scale it up. Yeah, like that. Now if you turn this layer on, you're not going to be able to see it, but if you move the background on the floor down, you will be able to see it. Now so you can see here this layer is gone. Let's make it the resolution quarter to see it better and faster. Now so you can see here it's going up, we don't want it going up, we want it going down and bouncing on the floor. So let's go to the particles and the physics. Instead of physics model, click bounce, and on the bounce click it and floor plane floor, and the gravity let's make it like 400. So we want it going down fast. Now let's see. Wow, that's great. So you can see there it's doing something, but it's not looking right. It's like falling on top of the background. Now let's do something to fix it. um, let's go here, click on the background, move it back on the Z-axis, click shift, then scale it up, and let's try it now. Also, as you can see, now to fix it better, let's go to layer, new, camera, 35 millimeters. That's great. Now let's try it. Now the background, we need to make it larger. That's it. Now move the camera in. You will be able to see it. Move it a little bit more in. Yeah. And that's looking good. That's looking great. Yeah. Now let's take the background and the floor and make a effect, generate ramp. Let's make it, I'm gonna make it a blue, a dark blue, a dark blue, and the second one I'm gonna make it black. Yeah. Now in the ramp shape, click radial. Now let's move this one like that, and let's move the other one like that. Yeah, I like that. Now let's do the same thing for the background. Effect, generate ramp, two colors. Let's make the same colors, like a dark blue. Instead of, let me make it a dark blue and a white. Yeah, and a gray, like that. Let's make it radial, and let's move this point right here, and this one right here. Move this one like that. Let's make it a little darker. This one, let's make it black. Yeah, it looks better. Does it look better? Let's make this one a little like that. That's looking better. Yeah. Now that's looking great. And the particles, let's move the emitter a little bit up. The y-axis, let's move it up. Yeah, like that. Now let's preview it. As you can see here, it's looking pretty good. Yeah. And you can see the possibilities. It doesn't have to be YouTube. It can be text, it can be images, it can be symbols, it can be anything you want. Just follow this process and do the same thing for all the other things. If you want to make a 3D text or a symbol, I don't know, you think it. But isn't that cool? A 3D logo in After Effects. I think that's awesome. Now, what I did in the original comp was to add layer, new, adjustment layers, then click here and type curves. Let's darken up like that. And I add some color correction, and let's preview it. As you can see, it's taking long to render, but That's it. It's looking pretty good. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you would come out with something better. Just follow this process and create something great. um, I'll be making some more tutorials and I'll be posting them soon, so subscribe and keep on track. Okay, bye guys. Thanks a lot, and I hope you found this tutorial